Hi, I'm Tom Meyer. I'm a naturalist at Baltimore Woods Nature Center in Marcellus, New York. I've got an old bed sheet, a black light, insects coming in, and that can only mean two things. We're going night bugging, and it's time for your animal of the week. So what's night bugging all about? It's pretty straightforward. It is the art and science of finding insects at night. One of my favorite things to do, and you don't need a whole lot. A flashlight is a great place to start, and somewhere outside to go looking. So turn on our flashlights and see what we can find. There's a really cool spider over here. I'm going to show it to you. How about this guy? This is a crab spider. They've got extra long legs towards the front there. Kind of makes them look like a crab walking around. They don't tend to spin too much of a web themselves. They mostly wait on leaves and flowers for things to come up to them, and then they pounce. This is a crane fly. It looks a lot like a mosquito, but it's not a mosquito at all, and it will not bite you. But it does have those long legs, and like all flies, has only two wings, and you can see that little nub right behind the wing in the back there. That is a vestigial wing, it's called, and they use it for balance. So here is a beetle that wasn't too far from that crane fly. You can see its long antenna and big compound eyes. I'm guessing because of the yellow coloration and the general shape of the body that it's one of the soldier beetles. We often see them in the summer on goldenrods, but there's many species. Here's something interesting. This is what is known as a daddy longlegs or a harvest man. And they are related more to spiders than anything. They've got 8 legs like spiders do, but they only have one main body segment, so they're not actually spiders. See those 2 little black dots right on the top in the middle of its head there? That's the eyes, and you can see it's using all of its little palps to chow down on some unfortunate little insect. Here's a little moth I found on these cedar trees. I think it's a tortricid moth. They are leaf rollers as caterpillars, and sometimes the caterpillars can also be pests on evergreen trees. So not too surprising to find one here. How easy is this? We barely moved 5 feet around the shrub. We went over to some trees over there and found all kinds of great creatures. Let's move back to our blacklight setup and see what kinds of insects have come in while we've been away. Alright, here's our bedsheet with blacklight set up, and things are definitely coming in. Here we have a caddisfly. They have kind of a tent-like shape to their wings and long antennae in the front. Caddisfly larvae live in the water, in the creeks and ponds usually, and so if you're finding caddisflies, there's a good chance that you've got a stream nearby. And we are at Baltimore Woods, so we definitely have a stream right down the bottom of the hill. It's pretty fun that they've come that far away from the water all the way up into the field. You would never know it unless you came out looking at night. Let's see what else is here. Click beetles. These guys are cool. So you can see right on the back of the thorax, which is the part right behind the head, there's a little bit of a nub pointing towards the wings and the back of the body. And when these guys are for any reason flipped over on their back, they can pop their wings and it makes kind of a clicking sound and gets them to flip over and back upright. Let's get some light on him here and see if we can see its colors. Not a lot of color, but look at all those lines and textures. Nice. Now, of course, the longer you leave it up, the more you're going to find. Now, I'm not totally positive of this kind of moth off the top of my head. I would have to look it up for sure. One of the things when you're looking up moths and butterflies to try to identify them,
Moths especially, because the markings aren't always the easiest thing to use, but you have to look at the way the veins are shaped in their wings. It gets pretty complicated pretty quick, but it's a fun challenge.
Here's another moth showing some awesome coloration. Imagine how camouflaged that would be during the day on a tree.
There you are, night bugging at its best, at its easiest. Thanks for joining me tonight with a little video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope that you can get out and find some insects of your own. You don't need much, it's a lot of fun. And if you enjoyed this video and like to learn more about insects this week, make sure you check us out at baltimoreWoods.org and also on social media. In the meantime, have a great one.